you remember the first video of our tenses where we discussed the present tense and its types. Today we are going to talk about past tense and future tense. So before getting into it, we've discussed that all of them have four subparts. Like the past tense is going to have four subparts and then the future also. Hope you remember the first video of our tenses where we discussed the present tense and its types. Today we are going to talk about past tense and future tense. So before getting into it, we've discussed that all of them have four subparts. Like the past tense is going to have four subparts and then the future also. So past denotes any action that has taken place in the past time or it has continued in that time. So it could be in that way. So we'll be moving on like one by one. So our first tense is simple past tense. So when is it used? It is used to express an action completed in definite past or express a habit in the past. Like for example, we use the simple present tense which expresses a habit that is continuous, like you're still adapting to that habit and you're still into that habit. But when you refer to a habit that was in the past, then we'll use simple past tense. So as we talk about formulas that we use, so the formula is very easy for the simple past tense, and that is the second form of the verb, which is generally also known as the V2. We also say that the formula of simple past tense is V2. We have to use just V2 verbs, second form. Like for example, play, played. Played is the second form. Sleep, slept. Slept is the second form. Work, worked is the second form. So I hope this is clear to you. In simple past tense, we are just going to use the V2. There is no helping verb. Okay. Now let's move on to some examples. For example, I am stating that it rained yesterday. So you will see here that I am just using the V2, like the second form of the verb. It rained yesterday. Next one is we stayed in England for 5 years. As a young man, I tracked a lot. So now this person is telling his habit. Used to trek a lot. So that was a habit of past, but he doesn't trek anymore. So that is why we are using V2 here. So let's talk about negative. Whenever you have to frame negative sentences in past form, like simple past form, you're just going to use did not. Did not. Now, how are we going to frame? This is very important. This is the phase where I see most of the children making a lot of mistakes. Listen to me how. For example, people will say, it did not rain yesterday, which is incorrect. They will simply add did not and the sentence will remain the same. It did not rain yesterday, which is incorrect. The correct way of forming a negative sentence is when you are adding did not, the verb will remain V1 in the V1 stage. Then you will not add V2. You will not use the second form of the verb. Now you think, ma'am, why are we not using V2? Because you said the formula is V2. Negative में आप V2 क्यों नहीं use कर रहे verb की? Because here we have already used the V2 in the form of did. If you analyze, did is from the verb do. Did is already the second form. So if we have already inserted the second form, we are never going to use the second form twice in a sentence. So you will say, it did not rain yesterday. We did not stay in England for 5 years. As a young man, I did not trek a lot. So like that, you're just going to use clear. Now talking about interrogative, again, how are you going to form? You're again going to use the word did. It is as simple as that. So, it rained yesterday was a sentence. So, if you're going to make interrogative, you will just say, did it rain yesterday with a question mark. Again, you're going to use the base form of the verb. Did we stay in England for 5 years? As a young man, okay, like this is a double sentence, so you can just say, did I trek a lot when I was young? Like that, you can frame it. So, I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to our next type of, which is the past continuous tense. Now, some action that continued in the place where you use past continuous tense. It is used to describe an action going on for a period of time in the past. It was continuing for a period of time in the past. So, the formula is again very easy. The formula is was slash were, which means you have to choose was or were plus ing form of the verb. Whenever you have the continuing tense, you're always going to use the ing form of verb. Now, our main question is, you'll be wondering, ma'am, where to use was and where to use were. So, was will always be used with the subjects that are singular in nature. With the singular subjects, I'm writing S for that. So, was is always used for singular and were will always be used for plural subjects, where our subjects are plural. Rest, the whole rule is same. So, let's read the sentences. Evening. Now, we here is a plural subject. So, you will see that we have used were. We were strolling all evening. If I say she in this sentence, I change the subject to she. So, I will automatically say that she was strolling all evening, because she is a singular subject. It will take was with it. Now, the next sentence is the teacher. The teacher, you see, it's again singular. So, it will again take the helping verb was. The teacher was teaching when I came in. So, it tells that उस period of time when I came in, the teacher was teaching. That action was continuing at that time. So, let's move on. Yeah. So our next type of tense is past perfect tense. Now, when is this used? You can use in various ways. So the first way is, it is used when two actions completed in the past. Two actions have already been completed, and the past perfect tense will show you that which action was completed like first, which was completed first, okay, and which was the other one. So the formula again is very easy. We are just going to use had. The verb, helping verb here will be had plus third form of the verb. You will see that you have no other option, like had के साथ आपको कोई और option नहीं है. So whether the subject is singular or plural, you are just going to add had plus third form of the verb, which is V3. Okay, let's see some examples. Now, some examples are, the train had left before we reached the station. अब दो actions perform हुए हैं, मतलब in the past the train also left और हम भी पहुंचे थे. So this tells us what happened first and what happened the next. That's when we use this tense. So you'll see had plus V3. It's again left. So the next, when you can use this type of tenses to express an action completed before a certain period of time. For example, your mom asks you, what were you doing by 4 p.m. and why are you playing now? So then you say, I had finished my work by 4 p.m. That's why I'm playing now. So it's very simple, irrespective of the subject, चाहे singular है, चाहे plural है, you have to add had in the past perfect and along with the third form of the verb. And if you think about negative sentences, it is as simple as finished my work by 4 p.m. Like, I'll just write it for you. If you have to convert into negative in this case, you're just going to add not, like in this sentence. And if you have to start with an interrogative sentence, you will just bring this in the beginning and then by 4 p.m. and you will replace this by a question mark. So it is as easy as that. Okay, let's move on now. Now we are going to discuss about past perfect continuous tense. So by this time you must be clear, when we are talking about continuous, it means something that is continuing. So in the past, जब past में कोई चीज एक definite period के लिए continue होती रही, that's when you are going to use this tense. Let's read it. It shows that an action that started in the past continued up till another time in the past. It's not continuing in the present. अगर आपको लगे that it's still going on, it's not. It continued for a time in the past only and it has stopped there. Okay, so now the formula again, use had, but when it comes to past perfect continuous tense, you're going to add been. So had plus been plus ing form of the verb, like root verb plus the ing form. Now let's have some look on the examples. Now the examples are, Sam had been trying to qualify his exams, since March 2015, which means he had been trying so hard till now. Now he stopped trying. So Sam had been trying. They had been running this business since 1987. They are talking that they had been running. So if you are going to make negative sentences out of it, then you will simply add not. Sam had not been trying and they had not been running. Okay, so this is how you can frame, and the interrogative sentences will remain the same. You're just going to take the helping verb in the beginning and you'll complete it. For example, I will frame one for you that, for example, this one: had Sam been trying to qualify his exams since March 2015. That's how you can make interrogative sentences. Now let's move on to the next time. Now we are going to start with our future tense. So future tense is something that you're going to talk about a time that has not arrived yet. वो time अभी आया नहीं है, but you're still talking about that time. So starting with the simple future tense, it is used to say what we think or know will happen in the future. You can just think or you know, because that time has not come, the action has not been performed yet. What you think is going to happen, that's where you use simple future tense. Now the formula for simple future tense is very easy. You will use will or shall plus first form of the verb. Now you must be wondering, ma'am, where we can use will, where we can use shall. There is no such hard and fast rule कि in subjects के साथ you will use will, or these subjects you are going to use shall. There is no such hard rule, but it is preferred that with I and you can use shall. Okay, but it is preferred that with I and you can use shall. Okay, so let's have a look on some sentences. The first sentence says that Suman will visit us tomorrow. I just know that she is going to visit me. That's why I'm saying Suman will visit me tomorrow. It is about a point of time that is going to happen. Next is I shall go to the party tomorrow. Again, you will see this is I is the subject. You've added shall and then again the V1. So go, went, gone. These are the three forms. I will stick to the first form of the verb and I will say I shall go to the party tomorrow. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. The party, then what sentence are you going to make? Simply just add not. You will say I shall not go to the party tomorrow. Okay, and if you're confused then you just wondering, shall I go to the party? So interrogative will again take this in the beginning and you will say shall I go to the party tomorrow, like that. So this was all about simple future tense. Now we'll proceed to our next type of tense, which is future continuous tense. Now future continuous tense. Now again you'll understand by the word continue that the action will be continuing but in the future. So it is used to denote an action that will be in progress at some time in the future, which you think it will be in progress in the future time. So what will be the formula? The formula is very simple. It will be again will or shall plus be plus ing form of the verb. Wherever the continuous thing comes, you have to go with the ing form and be is going to be there. So the examples are, for I will be leaving for airport by Tuesday evening. You have a flight for, let's say, Paris. You have to be there. So the examples are, for example, I will be leaving for airport by Tuesday evening. You have a flight for, let's say, Paris. You have to go to Paris and you have a flight. So you're talking to your friend and then you're mentioning I will be leaving for airport by Tuesday morning. That is, you're talking about the future. The cabinet will be announcing the next plan. So you see the formula is very evident here that you will use will plus be plus ing form. It's that easy. Okay, if you have to make not, if you have to make negative sentences, you will simply add not. I will not be leaving for the airport by Tuesday evening. It's as simple as that. Now if we talk about interrogative sentences, you're going to bring the helping verb out of it and you will say will I be leaving for the airport by Tuesday evening. It's as easy as that. I hope it's clear to you. Now let's move on to our next type of tense, which is future perfect tense. Now, perfect again indicates, it is used to indicate that an action will have been completed at some point in the future. Now, we're going to talk about some time in future when you think that you have completed that action. So, again, the formula would be will plus have plus third form of the verb. It's as easy as that. Now, just keep will plus have plus third form. Now, I will have spent all my money by this time next year. Suppose let us say that you won a lottery and it was like for 5 lakhs or something, and then you're talking to your friend that, oh, I spent a lot, that by next year this time I will have spent all the money. So you see, will plus have plus spent, like the third form of the verb. I will have spent all money by this time next year, when you're predicting something कि ऐसा हो ही जाएगा by that time. So the next one is Ram will have finished his assignment by tomorrow. You are estimating that you've given him such a deadline for so many days, and you're thinking that he will have finished. So Ram will have finished his assignment by tomorrow. Let's move on to the next type of tense, which is future perfect continuous tense. Now again, which you are going to indicate that action will continue in some time in the future. So again the formula would be will plus have plus been plus ing form of the verb. That is the root form plus ing form. Let's look at some examples. Now, at 5 o'clock, I will have been waiting for 30 minutes. What happens is, you are waiting for somebody and abhi 5 nahi baje, but you're just imagining, and you're maybe talking to yourself, or maybe you're talking to somebody else, and you're saying ki 5 baje na mujhe 30 minute ho jayenge uski wait karte hue. So you're talking about future, that at 5 o'clock, I will have been waiting for 30 minutes here, okay? The next one is, when I turn 30, I will have been playing cricket for 21 years. Your dad is telling you that when I'll turn 30, I will have been playing cricket for say 21 years. So if you have to make this tense into negative tense, again you will just add not. For example, I will not have been playing, and here I will not have been waiting for 30 minutes. It's very easy. Again, just bring out the helping verb out for the interrogative sentences and put a question mark. I hope that these tenses are clear to you guys, and if you have any doubts regarding them, you can comment them, and we'll be meeting in our next video. Till then, take care.